it there's a lot of kind of variations in names it goes by, but it's essentially Stepmania.
That's it, Stepmania. Yeah, when I got the dance pad, the guy who sold it to me from that from the Necrothon gave me Stepmania on like a thumb drive with like 1 million songs, and I'll admit I never tried it. It's very daunting. It's for those who don't know, rhythm games are very different to Necrodancer.
Yeah, that's kind of something that a lot of people who are used to rhythm games, like kind of like even people who are very, very solid at rhythm games struggle with Necrodancer a lot because a lot of traditional rhythm games are more about like everything on the screen is typically pretty clear and concise as to like what it's telling you to do. It's just like, oh, hit these buttons in this order, and you're like, okay. But Necrodancer, it's more of a puzzle. It's kind of left for you to figure that out on your own, and that can make it a lot harder for people who are more used to standard rhythm games. In fact, I had a hard time even keeping the beat because I was so wrapped up in thought about like, okay, how do I have to do this?
Yeah.
That I'm just like dropping beats all over the place.
Yeah, that's sort of when you first play Aria and you're like dying constantly because you're thinking too much about all the things you have to do. It can be very, very tricky. And just, it's with rhythm games, it's like, here comes the left arrow, gotta press left, and it becomes muscle memory, especially as you play the charts over and over again. But for this, you're reacting constantly to new things.
Yeah, exactly. So even though the actions are like at, a quarter or even slower the speed that you might find in other rhythm games, like it can just be a real head scratcher a lot of times.
But that's not to say that muscle memory isn't a big factor. Definitely, as we watch you play Coda Low Percent, muscle memory is huge part of that. Because
not even just in Coda, like in maneuvers like the dragon dance that most of the high level players know, where you're like killing a red or blue dragon in a little 2x2 square.
Yep.
Most of the higher end racers aren't really staring at the dragon as they're doing that because they've done it 1 million times. They know what they're doing, and they're generally the good players are going to be looking at the rest of the map and seeing, okay, like what might interrupt me while I'm doing this? What do I have to watch out for?
Do I see any secret rooms?
Doing this and to completion, or do I have to back up?
Right. Yeah. That's right. So yeah, muscle memory is a factor, but I think when you first start, it's just like, just panicking, trying to figure out what to even do. By the way, we got ourselves an interesting pickup here from Abu, picking up the Blood Crossbow. Crossbow's usually not a very fast weapon, but the piercing is pretty nice with tempo because it guarantees you can pretty much one-shot everything on the screen.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely like it better than the dagger that we're still seeing on the other side. But there's an axe.
Never mind.
And, we're both gonna take that for sure.
And we're now beat for beat too. So the dagger versus the crossbow, I think you could safely say was pretty much even Steven. But now we are, we're looking at neck and neck blood axe. Now Goof went down to took some serious damage there, but is bouncing back because of that blood. As we've said before, blood is extremely useful for this character because it does infinite damage regardless, but you can tank a lot of hits, as Goof is showing us with all the hits he's just taken. That's a lot of hot
Tempo
goals.
is very much a character that, blood weapons are very common since he can't get, weapons that deal alternate amounts of damage because everything deals infinite damage. So there's no titanium, no obsidian, nothing like the jewel dagger, et cetera, et cetera.
And no glass either, right?
Yeah, no glass either. I think you can get it through a glass shrine, but why would you ever hit a glass shrine on Tempo?
Yeah, that makes no sense. I guess if you're at like 1 heart and you want to change your armor to glass armor, or half a heart.
Yeah, that's probably about the only situation I would see that as maybe a good pick. But with the blood weapons being so prevalent on Tempo, it really highlights using health as a resource because you so often get builds with high health regeneration where you can just face tank a lot of damage with the confidence that you'll regen it back later. Yeah,
it's Dorian without being Dorian in a lot of ways. Like, you don't have the safety quite as much as Dorian, but you're still, using your health to go fast. You also don't have permanent leaping socks, so, it's not exactly Dorian.
Yeah, it's exactly like Dorian, except for this long list of, 20 reasons why it's not like Dorian.
This one specific thing is kind of like Dorian, is really what I was trying to say. Well, that's a lot of Blade Masters, so nice use of the bomb by Goof. Make sure to get that pile of Blade Masters out of the way. And so, Spoody, have you played a lot of Tempo?
I played a little bit of him. I went through a streak where I was trying to get like top 10 times with most characters, and I played him enough to get that. Yeah, I kind of forgot to sign up when the signups went up for this event. I was like, I'm not sure I can make those finals. I'll respond later, and then I'm like, oh, I guess I can make it. Oh, whoops! It's 2 days into the event already.
That sucks. Yeah, that's a shame. Although based on that, what you brought up there, we have implemented a receipt, an email receipt. So if you do sign up to an event, you'll know you've signed up, and we'll also be, I think, setting up a role in the event server to @ people if they're interested in when events are upcoming. So
yeah, that sounds great.
It's good feedback. It's just stuff we were like, oh yeah, we didn't even think about that. So it's good to hear that. So if anybody, that's a good time to just sort of say, if anybody else thinks of any other things that they think would improve, let us know. We're always open to all the feedback. Best place to do that probably is our Discord channel.
And yeah, I think this quartz armor letting Goof catch up a little bit here.
Well, we are beat for beat again. This is insane. Yeah, this axe, and there is a slight lead, and of course, boss fights are pretty much on the rails.
Yeah, it looks like a slight lead for Abu is what I'm seeing here.
Unless something goes colossally wrong, we're going to see another dot contest. Here it is as they march their way to the exits. And Abu with a slight finish according to the thing, again within a second. So, cool. Actually, about a 1.5 seconds difference. Another review. Oh, man, Alexis is getting a lot of reviewing going on here. So I don't know.
Yeah, Abu with a little bit of a lead for a decent chunk of the early game, but I think Goof finding the quartz armor let him kind of push a little bit harder and make up most of the difference. But at the same time, they both have that blood axe shield, which is open for really heavy blood magic abuse. So the difference that armor was making, I think, was actually just a little bit. Like, it was fairly marginal and ultimately not quite what Goof needed.
No, but it was enough for him to catch up. That's for sure, and that was again a really super close race. If there's no death, it seems like we have completely close races, which is kind of strange considering how much you have to deal with it with this character. Is it just that our racers are all kind of at the exact same level, or is it that this character's kind of a little more obvious on where you need to go and what you need to do? I honestly don't know what's causing this, but all these races are so close.
I think it's kind of that, he's essentially the forced speedrun character. You're either going fast or you're dying. And that's pretty much your choice.
Yeah.
So.
But I mean, it's also been close even with pretty dramatic build differences too. So I guess you've got the situation, and it does happen with Dorian 2 where you have the compass. So you do know where the exit is. So yeah, you're going to be optimal. You're not going to have the issue where you choose the wrong direction that we see sometimes with cadence races. So you will have everybody going the right way. And I think that's probably leading to a lot of the closeness. And we got an instant cat and another blood shovel. Oh, the blood shovel. Thank you, courage shovel. Yeah. Now, Abu deciding to take a little bit less time in that blood shot by not throwing and having to retrieve the dagger. That's an interesting choice, because that heart and a half will not be easy to come back, or to get back, as the cat is not a blood cat.
And, okay, normally, normally in terms of just, raw combat capabilities, I would rate the cat above the dagger in this case, but with the courage shovel, I kind of feel like the dagger has a little bit more of an edge, because the cat is going to be prone to snagging on nearby enemies as you try and dig into the walls. So that could potentially cause Abu some trouble if he remains on this cat for much longer.
That's true, and also your boss clears, it's generally quite obvious what you'll do if you have that blood dagger, but with the cat, it's a little bit different. Not all the bosses are super obvious and easy, I'd say. Although these racers, I'm sure they know what they're doing with pretty much most. That's a blunderbuss.
Oh my! He's running it. He's running that blunderbuss. The madman.
Oh, and look at that shop. Is that even good? I don't know. The monocle's good, especially to get off the blunderbuss.
The Ring of Pain's nice. It can kill Blade Masters and certain enemies that would normally block attacks instantly. So it's a little bit of extra crowd control, which is nice. But Yes, I imagine he's probably going to spend a lot of his time with this blunderbuss unloaded, just using it as a dagger.
Yeah, and that help. And then there you've got the Ring of Pain giving your sort of safety splash. Switch it over to the plate armor. That's a good find. We'll see if Goof finds that on the next floor, but Goof doing a little bit of shopping there. Both racers having the monocle. And that's a dead Freddy. Oh, it's a dead Abu! Commentator curse.
Abu, I think, just kind of getting freaked out by like the Electromage or something.
Oh no, what happened? Yeah, he just sort of stepped away because of the Electromage, and that cost him the beat.
Yeah, just had to step down instead of up into that corner, and he would have been fine. But,
yeah, do the horizontal kill. Although he would have been bombed in that situation.
Oh yeah, that's true. I think he was low on health. He did have the plate armor though, so I think he would have survived it at least.
Yeah, but in the
it's
moment,
it's better than eating a Freddy hit. But yeah, when you're just that's one of those cases where, again, like, muscle memory can throw you off if you're not careful about it. Like, he obviously was just going for that that muscle memory, the the rehearsed shopkeeper kill where you just bomb, you walk up, and then you hit. And then he realized the last second, because he was too focused on that, oh wait, there's an Electromage coming, I should avoid that.
Yeah, instead of taking the hit from it. Yeah, that is a classic sort of, you're too good at this game, or at least these are your sort of standard movements, and so you just
kind of going into autopilot and not really taking all of the factors into consideration, and it'll get you. It gets everyone from time to time.
People are not big on the Electro Dagger. I feel like an Electro Dagger is better than I guess it is a blood spear, but I like the Electro Dagger a lot. Maybe I'm crazy, but it's so cool.
Yeah, I'm generally a fan of the Electro Dagger on Tempo, but I can understand the dislike for it. If you get unlucky, it could shock out an entire room of low health enemies, and then you're stuck trying to refill your timer.
That's
without
true,
much around.
And you're that much more likely to have the eggs sort of pop out too, which is obnoxious, because then you're gonna just have more of those fast deviled eggs coming at you.
And Goof safe playing a little bit here, which definitely the right call here with Abu dead and back in zone 2.
Whoa, and he's got 12 cookies.
For some heavy plate. Oh yeah, ton of cookies. You can just pop those at any time to reset the timer.
Yeah,
Goof
really
is
good.
Looking super good here.
Yeah, he is. And actually, that was back-to-back telemonkeys to put him in that shop to see that there was the heavy plate in there. Now, he did have plate mail, so it's not that big of an increase, but still good.
I mean, if there's anything that screams Goof to me, it's taking back-to-back telemonkeys into a carry build.
Yes, that's true. He is one with the telemonkey. I don't know how he's done it. And a nice Earth Zuma there. I didn't even think about that, but that's a nice play. It's going to be a quick kill. And he's on his way, finding the trapdoor. And yeah, these trapdoors are always a little bit funky, but with the plate mail, he's safe. And he's also got the piercing, because sometimes I find, and maybe that's just lack of knowledge, but the the Zone 5 trapdoors, sometimes you get stuck with a deviled egg in a sort of diagonal situation, and it's gonna be hard for you to avoid a hit. But the Ring of Pain does help with that a bit. And there's an Electro Dagger swap.
Yeah, I've been going for that Electric Dagger. I think just wanting raw damage output, hoping to he's taking all the risks here, taking telemonkeys. I'm not sure. Not sure that's the right play at this stage though, because Goof is at the very end of the run, and you're banking on a death. But yeah, at this point it's over.
Yeah, with the one shot.
We're getting someone in the same shop even there.
That's funny. All right, 6-minute race. GG, DisgruntledGoof with a solid victory there over Abu. That's a shame on that death from Abu. Just mistake killing the shopkeeper. GG's though. And we'll get on to game number 2 of this winners finals. I think according to our thing, we call it the semifinals. I guess that's right. I don't know. I guess it's complicated because winners finals sounds like the ending. It's not. There's the grand finals after that. All right. Well, yeah, with a death, we did not have a close race there. But so far, we have had 5 photo finish races so far. That's crazy. That's got to be the most. Whoa, Goof going down immediately.
Well, if you're gonna die, that's where you want to die.
Gotta love those enemy closets that don't even have bats. Pretty much, it's just like a bunch of pixies and push monsters and golems. And
Yeah. Can Coda get closets like that? I would appreciate it.
yeah, seriously. Yeah, release the bats in Coda and yike. Oh no! The spider release there from Abu with that big skull. Those are the kind of interactions you just don't see on a character that isn't Tempo. Ah, it's really funny. Yeah, look at that closet. It's a red bat closet because there's a secret chest in there, but it's a harpy, a deviled egg, and one red bat. But Abu's not going to check it.
Yeah, Abu not checking it. Just going to walk on by.
And I don't believe that Goof checked it either. No, it's still there.
Yeah.
So we'll never know.
Maybe not one to deal with the deviled egg or something, but because those multi-hit enemies are a little tricky. But
a 1-2 secret chest is generally pretty good, so I might be worth checking. Certainly, build is a factor. This isn't a character that you just run low percent and hope for the best. Some characters, that's how you can race it, but the crown of teleport.
Oh no!
Oh no! Is he gonna die? Nope.
No, he's gonna make it just fine. But yeah, that crown of teleport was it's one of those items that seems good on paper, and it's good on other characters sometimes, but you're in Tempo. If you're taking a hit and going back to a shop you've already cleared out, that's not actually protecting you at all.
No.
That's actually a death sentence.
Yeah.
So I think the crown of teleportation is generally something you want to avoid.
Yeah, that's where you probably have to kill Freddy to stay alive and hope you have something to throw or something. I mean, that's a tricky situation. A nice plate armor pickup. I think most racers would be happy to see the Swagga suit in the 1-4 chest.
I'm not so sure Goof would be happy to see that after killing his shopkeeper for armor, but...
That's a good point. Oh, did he have... Oh, he had quartz. Yep, that's a good point. Abu's happy, though. Oh, Abu's taking hits, though. Had to eat that cheese to stay alive. And we are once again within beats.
We'll likely see Goof trying to play really aggressive here because, he... figured, going for spending the time there getting some armor would give him an advantage in terms of safety, but now that advantage is gone, so now he really has to push hard to keep up.
Yeah, and you've also got that meta of him being up a game here in the in the winners finals, so he's got a lot of safety right now. He's in a very good position just in this tournament. Wow. So
up a game with a big asterisk there, and the preliminary done said that it was the first game was in Abu's favor, but we'll see how it goes from there.
Oh right, I forgot that this was game 3.
Aren't you running this thing?
I'm trying. I'm barely running this thing. All right. All
right. There's that blood harp we were talking about the other game.
Okay, chat. Yeah, my beloved staff are helping me out here and telling me, yes, Abu confirmed won the first game. So it is tied 1-1. And we're going into game 3. I don't know. Come on, man. Whatever. Blood Harp. That's good. And of course, the Nightmare Darkness with all the hot coals on the floor. That's always a fun time.
Yeah, Goof finding some quick trap doors, though. Looks like taking the lead here. But I mean, Abu's got that Courage Shovel, which is a huge speed advantage. Doesn't seem like you spend much time digging, but it adds up really fast.
It sure does, yeah. Yeah, all those saved beats. Yeah, it's like Boots of Leaping in a way, where Boots of Leaping saves every movement. You do half as many movements, and here you do half as many beats for digging.
Well, if half of a number is 0, I don't know what kind of math classes you took.
Oh, I took all the good math class, the best math class. Yeah, I don't know. Wait, no, hold on. You're still digging. You're just digging.
But you're not spending any time doing it.
This is a good point. All right, whatever. You win this round, Spooty. I'll admit defeat when I need to. Oh, and that is a Banshee hit for Goof.
Oh, wow.
That hurts a lot. Oh! Clubbed to death. Abu going down. That is gonna hurt.
I didn't see what his health was at. Was that the blood magic or
let me
club?
see. He was at 1.5 hearts when he got clubbed.
Okay, so Yeah, that would have killed him with or without the blood magic there.
Ouch.
It would have been exactly lethal without that blood fireball, because I believe all he had for defense was the plate armor. Oh, hidden confusion trap by the Nightmare Cloud there on Goof's side.
That's pretty funny.
That's always nasty.
I gotta say that 3-2 is where Abu died, and then as soon as Disgruntled Goof got to 3-3, he got a potion and a bunch of health ups, and I forget. Oh, what did he get? Yeah, a potion. Oh, and the ring. So yeah, you know, that's funny. Got all this safety immediately after Abu goes down.
Yeah, he's got 6 cookies, which again, you can eat food to reset that clock. So, you know, that's 6 instant resets whenever he needs it, if he ever needs it. And beyond that, you know, potion, which will, you know, he can face tank a lot of damage with that regen and the potion. It's, yeah, it's not over till it's over, but it is looking super bad for Abu here.
Yes, yes. But again, this is double elimination, so Abu will just find himself in the losers round 2, or the losers finals, I guess, against the Dark Freak, which is no gimme win, that's for sure. Dark Freak's been playing very well, having some very fast races already this tournament.
Yeah, Goof, pretty much just this 5-3 standing between him and the win here, because bosses, as we know, are pretty trivial for Tempo on the most part. Can't remember what their last boss is offhand. I think it might be Death Metal.
I would say Death Metal, yeah. That was my thought.
So yeah, as long as he makes it through this room, and it looks like he's not gonna have any trouble with it.
It's Conga.
Oh, it's Conga. Okay.
I don't remember.
Still a pretty,
but to be
pretty
fair,
straightforward boss for the most part. You've got lots of got the zombies everywhere to feed.
Although I think the only death by boss we've seen so far has been Conga. That was Goof's death there when he bombed himself with the Ring of Becoming.
Oh, yeah, no, there's the last of the Conga lines, and that's gonna be it.
That's gonna be GG. So Goof taking it, getting sweet revenge, and is gonna move on to the grand finals. And who will we see against him? We'll find out after this next race. Could be Abu for a rematch, or it could be the Dark Freak also for a rematch, because they played in the first round. Good stuff. Oh, hey, it's T. What's up, T? All right, let's get set up for that next race. Thanks everybody for coming out. I hope you're enjoying the races. They are blisteringly fast. As a reminder, I'm going to do some getting over it with Bennett Foddy after this. Completely blind, but if it's anything like sexy hiking, it should be a good time.
Oh, you're in for it. You're in.